I know I probably have some new viewers right now that are watching me for my TommyInnit Dream drama coverage, and today I'm here to hand Dream some massive L's in his own right. When it comes to this drama, my main concern isn't that I like TommyInnit or that I like Dream. I generally don't have an interest in the Minecraft community side of the internet. It's not what I choose for entertainment, but what I do care about is when these types of people take such disingenuous and inconsistent approaches to how they handle these situations. I watched Dream's recent video, and I'm sure most of you have too, and I have to make it clear that I dislike all of the people involved in this drama so much. So let's take a look at some of Dream's terrible plays in his recent video. First, let's take a look into the merch company accusation that was levied towards TommyInnit by Dream.
Tommy went with a merch company that actually had some really cool designs, with some very hardworking child laborers to make it possible. Unfortunately, that company also scammed a bunch of his viewers, and multiple of his creator friends got scammed and literally never got paid, and the company went bankrupt.
The biggest creators in the world are at the center of a scam, and I don't know if I should talk about it.
Some have been defrauded, others are associated, and most are plain embarrassed.
This is actually true and was investigated by CoffeeZilla. Unfortunately, after the false allegations that Tommy perpetuated, my family merch company did struggle. So if you'd like to support it, dream.shop.
The biggest issue with this part of the video is that it's obviously outrage bait. You're trying to deflect from something you've been criticized for by saying, hey, yeah, I did something that our community recognizes as bad, but Tommy ain't so clean himself either. He uses child labor companies that also scam people. We can all agree that child labor is bad, but to directly highlight that and edit in pictures of struggling children is an incredibly disingenuous and manipulative strategy. Sure, there is some criticism that can be given someone's way for doing business with an unethical company, but are you going to hold them directly accountable for something they have no control over or maybe were unaware of? Sure, you may not directly be blaming Tommy here of using a bad company, but you are insinuating that he has a level of guilt to carry for something we don't even know all the variables of. Did he know this company was using child labor? Did he know that this company was going to scam all of these creators? Did he make any of those creators sign on? I understand that this particular part of the video here is a visual gag, but I still find it a bit disingenuous to edit Tommy's face onto this when this was the original image after saying that CoffeeZilla made a video on it. The editing in general is in poor taste in my opinion. There's also this in particular that I need to point out. The way that he prefaces this entire part is insane to me. Listen to this.
I'm not just selling USB baby photos or lazily designed merchandise, alright? I'm doing the best with what I have.
Tommy, you say that like it's a slight on me, when my entire merch brand was built by my family, in my hometown. Like, the reason there was ever a USB flash drive sold that had pictures of me on it was because it was my mom's idea. And Tommy knows that. All the designers are local people working with my local family business. And this also let me make sure that all of my fans had a good merch experience. I didn't make the most money that way, but I'm happy that I did it.
Nobody in this drama knows how to be the bigger man. They're all so incredibly insufferable. Dream is like, Tommy, you took a shot at me for my merch, but let me tell you how I actually did the better thing without making a lot of money, by the way, and then shame you for using a company that uses child labor. What a hypocrite. Yeah, I understand the hypocrisy here, but you could argue what Tommy said in his video without going this low. It's just all so incredibly dishonest.
And make everything for my channels by myself. Like, I edit my own videos. I'm sure Tommy can knock out videos pretty quick because at one point he had a literal editor sweatshop where his editors made less than minimum wage, and we're also getting fans to edit the videos for free for them. But to each their own. Everyone has a different style of YouTube. I don't get the high and mighty.
And speaking of dishonesty, this right here, the framing, the word usage, the particularly cut screenshots saying that Tommy runs a sweatshop of editors and pays below minimum wage using one-off examples that realistically don't mean anything, and to top it off, no further presentation of evidence. This part right here pissed pretty much everyone that was paying attention to this drama off. Everybody was angry to see this. Editors that worked for Tommy went on Twitter after this and claimed otherwise shortly after the release of Dream's video, even providing screenshots of how poorly framed some of these DMs were. There's this one by Lettuce Sandwich that says, just want to come out here and bat for Tommy. As someone who has edited for him a couple of years, he was absolutely awesome to work for. Calling his editors sweatshop workers is preposterous. And then we see a screenshot of Tommy actually interacting with Lettuce and Lettuce being offered 904 euros for a particular project. Then there's this particular tweet by Larry that I need to point out in regards to Dream's part of his video, where Larry says, I like the part of Dream's response where he assorted messages from different people to make it look worse, and also removed the part where I immediately said we didn't outsource fans, and then for some reason stated that we'd get them to do it for free, even though that was never implied. Here's the part of Dream's video where he cuts particular messages, and here is the wider context. Then here are these tweets that tackle the claim that someone was paid $50 for an edit. Connie says, Dream taking my messages from 4 years ago and putting them in his video is so fucking funny. I have literally never edited a full video for Tommy. And a follow-up tweet, Connie provides further context. Also, yes, Jack paid me 50 euros because I was just starting out and I had no idea about rates. I am the one who suggested it in the first place. Jack was so lovely and easy to work with, and it's not his fault at all. This was literally one of the first YouTube videos he had hired an editor for. Again, what we can gather here is that Dream was being directly dishonest and either didn't do his due diligence or was directly manipulating the narrative. It's incredibly bad faith what he did in this video, and honestly just shows me that there are no good people in this drama. Keep in mind, all of this stemming from the use of the word retard, which I find pretty ironic now. Now, to be clear, I'm not implying that Dream did or didn't attempt to paint a narrative here, but what I will say is that it's not looking good, and I don't have a lot of benefit of the doubt for this type of behavior. The rest of Dream's video is pretty cut and dry, just things between him and Tommy. I don't really have to dig into it, but Dream did make another Reddit response. Dream says not everything is black and white, so in my opinion, these editors are probably being completely honest, as if that's an opinion that you can really have, Dream. Or at least mostly honest, again, as if that's an opinion that you can really have. And that part of my video is also not dishonest, which honestly, Dream, I disagree with. I obviously know a lot of editors, and my statements were based on first-hand accounts from multiple editors and also screenshots provided by editors. I am not in that Discord myself to take screenshots. Honestly, Dream, the fact that you are attempting to deflect from this is kind of stupid. You should just own up to the fact that you made a mistake here. Obviously, my first screenshots are direct references to specific dollar amounts in regards to Jack, and the text on screen says it's about Tommy's friends, not Tommy. The context of those screenshots is Jack's editor saying how much they are paid per video, $50, and then another editor asking who they edit for so they can avoid working for them because of how low the pay is. That's exactly what's expressed in the video, even though per the context and how people have responded, that's incorrect. Just to butt in some more here, Dream, if you couldn't do first-hand research or get more evidence to back your claim, why even speak about it or make the accusation in the first place? That is in fact incredibly dishonest and reckless. If anything, if you only had these two examples which aren't even direct per the context, you should have not even gone off on that point in the first place. To me, what this sounds like is that you asked some people behind the scenes to find some dirt that you can use against Tommy as a gotcha for what he said about you. I need to be clear here though, this is just me speculating. Dream continues to say, the secondary screenshots were to demonstrate proof of editors in that circle using fans to get very low cost or free labor. I have multiple first-hand accounts from editors being paid that works out to be dollars an hour, specifically for Tommy videos, especially for captioning, and some of these accounts are of captioning or cutting work being outsourced to stands for essentially nothing. I think that it's questionable in this case to outsource editing work to stands due to parasocial relationship problems, not even accounting for extremely low wages. I have also seen instances where editors are paid fairly by Tommy, but due to time pressures push the work onto stands or others for a ridiculously low amount. How much of that Tommy is aware of, I'm not certain, and Tommy has me blocked, so it's not like I can ask. Again, Dream, you need to provide evidence of your claims instead of using anecdotes. Also, if you can't verify your claims, why make them in the first place, and then persist off of anecdotes and no further evidence? Dream continues to say, obviously the main point of that section was to point out another reason that Tommy's critique of me, that he puts effort into his content and I don't, is ridiculous, given I edit my own videos and have heard horror stories like the above. Obviously, I'm happy to see that his main editors are saying they are fairly paid and treated well, and I will always hope that is the case. Obviously, it's also dramatized, and I'm over-exaggerating to make a point, using a phrase, editor sweatshop, that is commonly used in the editor community to refer to being overworked and underpaid. Dream, when you're making presentations like these or when you're making allegations, you probably shouldn't be using words to dramatize. It comes across as very disingenuous and as bad framing, which fired back in your face, as you can see. Dream provides a summary here where he says, factually true, stands have at some point on multiple occasions assisted with editing Tommy videos for below minimum wage to the point where it's essentially for free. Even if this is true, who really cares? Those people are volunteering. They're not really losing anything by editing. They're probably doing a little bit of work on the side. It doesn't really matter. These people have agency. They're not being held at gunpoint and being told to edit. They could have said no. They could have said yes. You're trying to make a mountain out of a molehill with this one. Dream goes on to unknowns, how much Tommy pays his main editors, how involved Tommy is with the editor's editing process, how much this happened other than the instances that I know of, if this is still going on, or if it was only happening at peak Dream SMP, which honestly, it really shouldn't matter to you. Again, it's mostly a non-issue. Even if it did occur, nobody's really complaining about it. Nobody seems to have been harmed. It doesn't matter. It's pointless. You're literally just made an accusation over nothing. Not just that, but you're making something your problem that really shouldn't be, and you're trying to find more dirt where there probably isn't any. So what I gather from this drama is that Dream is a fucking loser. TommyInnit is a fucking loser. I hate everybody involved. All of these guys suck. They're all dishonest. They're all disingenuous. They all have double standards. They can't follow what they preach. They all like to make insane insinuations of each other. Honestly, if I had a group of friends like these, I'd probably... You know what? I'm not even going to finish that sentence. That's all I got for today. Later.